Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I want to talk about Jupiter Exchange and the airdrop, how what the criteria was. They already announced the airdrop, but I want to talk about the criteria and also how you can be eligible for the potential airdrop, upcoming airdrop, because they are doing it in rounds. Okay, so if you're not eligible yet, stay tuned to this video. I'll show you how you can be eligible going forward in the future rounds. Okay, so first of all, what is Jupiter Exchange? Is a DEX aggregator, and it's one interface, and it gathers liquidity from different dexes. Okay, and so you essentially get a better price. Okay, so I've actually got the airdrop. I'm going to show you later on exactly the website, etc. But yeah, I want to analyze it so that we can learn from what were the criteria in this airdrop, so that will teach us going forward or what we could do and what we should do in other projects to be eligible for their airdrop. So this is how the platform looks. It's pretty straightforward. Looks like Unisub, etc. It's pretty straightforward. Here is if you want to get a rough idea of how much money they raised. I can only get this one. So they raised 5 million seed from Whitehill Capital. So they haven't raised too much money, which is also a good thing for retail, because that means there's not too many insiders that are going to dump on you. Here there's an article saying that around 950,000 wallets were eligible for the airdrop. Okay, so in terms of the nitty-gritty of the airdrop, there's this big thread you can read by one of the co-founders. He works for a company, I think it's called Raccoon. That's made, Raccoon, Studio Raccoons. And so that's the company that made Jupiter, okay? And so if you want to read all the nitty-gritty, you can read this, but I've got two threads that I want to show you guys that will simplify and tell you what the metrics, etc. are. So this is one of the threads that makes it very, actually, I got two threads on the price, and I got one thread on the summary of the airdrop. I think this one is one of the best ones to read. So it says the eligibility. So in total, the snapshot was November the 2nd. There's 10 billion JUP tokens, JUP tokens, and 955,000 people were eligible, or wallets were eligible, and they're gonna allocate 40% for the airdrop. Okay, so that's 4 billion tokens. So the token allocation: 2% for the event distribution to all wallets, 200 million tokens. 7% is tiered score-based distribution based on adjusted volume, 700 tokens, 700 million, and 1% of community contributors on Discord, Twitter, developers, etc. Yeah, so that's the breakdown of the tokens. Now, what's interesting is you can see here clearly there's a emphasis on the trading volume. Okay, so if you've seen my previous video, guys, I've always mentioned to you guys to do trades over a few weeks, over a few months, and do try to do as high as possible, because this is one way to get rid of bots. Okay, if you're farming or doing bots, you won't be able to do a lot of trades on a higher volume. All right, you can't be doing like $5-10 trades and then expect to get a big airdrop, because that's easy to do. They need to create a criteria that will get rid of the bots. And so here you can see people, there's a different tier system of people. I think for most retail people, they can be between 1k and 10k, which is fairly substantial airdrop. Okay, so and then he says here, final thoughts: everyone gets an even number of tokens, then another batch of tokens is awarded based on volume. Okay, so this is quite a good summary. I know you can see this is also in the official announcement as well. You can see all the stats, etc. Okay, now in terms of if you want to claim it and how to claim it, you just need to go on this website, airdrop.jup.ag. okay, then connect your wallet, and it will be telling you. I think most people got 200 tokens. To be honest with you, Jupiter, I didn't specifically use it, thinking I never really rated it. Like, I used to just think of Radium and Orca and one of the other dexes. I didn't realize how good Jupiter was because of researching in this video. I've actually realized Jupiter's actually legit, and like a lot of people respect it, etc. So going forward, I'm actually going to use this. I mean, if I knew all this time, I wouldn't be using Radium, because Radium's tokens already out. I should have been using Jupiter more. So even though I didn't even use Jupiter, somehow I've become eligible, and I'm grateful for that. And so going forward, I'm just going to use Jupiter more. So I want to talk about two more things. I want to talk about if you are eligible for the airdrop, you're thinking, how much is it going to trade for, etc. How much is my airdrop actually worth? So I want to talk about some threads that will actually explain that, and also going forward, if how you can be eligible for the airdrop. So if you are already eligible, obviously you will hopefully be eligible for the next one. But if you weren't, I'm going to tell you what the criteria and what you should do to most likely be eligible going forward. Okay, so let's get into the two threads. So there's a thread by 0xJPEG. I recommend following him. He's got a lot of interesting stuff, and he values Jupiter fully diluted valuation of 1 billion. Okay, And so he's got his stats here. It's an interesting thread. But what I like more is this thread by Paddy the Pirate, and he says that 1 billion valuation is quite high, and fully diluted valuation is quite high, and a 500 million fully diluted market cap is more realistic. And I agree. Okay, so if you look at other projects, you can see their volume against other projects and the fully diluted valuation. So you can see Pancake Swap, or the daily volume, and a fully diluted market cap. At least initially, 500 million is the safe and fair way to go. Okay, so that's, I'll leave the links in the description if you guys are interested into looking at that more. And lastly, if you are not eligible, or if you want to know what you can do to be eligible for the future rounds, because there's 3 more rounds left, guys, so most of it is still not out yet. So how can you be eligible, etc.? So they've already given a criteria of why they've given the airdrop to the previous people, and so we could just use that. So the main thing I would say is to use the features on the website. So you have the bridge feature and you have the swap feature. So for the swap feature, as you know, you want to do as frequently as possible and as high as volume as possible, because that will, contribute to the fees, etc. of the website, and it will make it look like more of a legit user. And same with the bridge. Okay, so if you see on the website, it says that it hasn't labeled me as a bot. So that's the main thing, guys. Don't, if you're farming it, etc., and you're not doing it a very sophisticated way, they're most likely gonna flag you as a bot, etc. So that's why I'm probably gonna do another video on this. But long story short, instead of farming so many projects, I believe you might as well just do one wallet. Don't farm it and just be eligible for more airdrops, because there's so many airdrops now, and a lot of the good quality ones, rather than trying to farm it and then not making anything because your wallet's all flagged up as, farming, and they can connect it unless you're very sophisticated. So hope you guys got some value from this video, and I will see you in the next one. Cheers.